They have formed themselves as people, and they have their own opinions and principles. Yesterday's students are the qualified specialists of tomorrow who can compete on global markets. Those who graduate from the Bolashak Scholarship Program are creative, talented, and masters in their fields. And they are the future of our country, who have experience and knowledge. If you want to get to know the hard work and achievements of these qualified specialists, watch the program Bolashak on Kazakh TV.
Asylbek Isakhov was born in Almaty. He graduated school successfully in 2004. Later, he entered the Mechanics and Mathematics faculty in Kazakh National University, named after Al-Farabi, in the autumn of the same year. Probably the reason for the choice was his passion for chess, which he had had from his early childhood. During his school years, he participated in regional, city, and international educational Olympiads. He used to win these Olympiads. Later, he showed his talent at the university, teaching others and helping students to participate in educational competitions. Generally, mathematics is a very deep science. I had started to study mathematics when I was a child, but professionally, I only became involved in it when I wrote my dissertation in 2011. I made a discovery in mathematics which raised many questions. As Carl Friedrich Gall said, I feel like a child standing on the beach of the ocean, which means that each opened discovery raises many questions. So, after understanding everything, the earlier unclear things became clear for us. The scientific work, which has been studied by Asylbek for 8 years, is the foundation of mathematics. Therefore, it cannot be understandable for every person. The topic of his dissertation is as follows: the numbering of calculation of functions of arithmetic. The numbering of the calculation, which requires much time in dissertation, tells us the code of the relevant studied object. So we can say that as per numbering, the coding is the basics of informatics. Calculation in any computer is based on this theory. We can state that this theory is the basics of theoretical informatics. There is such a direction as algorithms, theory in logic. Its main task is to show that each calculation, each thing that can be calculated in the algorithm is computer-based. The theory of calculation is not a new topic in the science of mathematics. It was studied by Alan Turing for the first time in 1936. Later, it was developed by the academician Yuri Yershov. This theory was started by a famous mathematician, Gödel. Afterwards, in the 50s, it was developed by a Russian mathematician, Kolmogorov. This academician started its development in the Soviet times. Then it was continued by Kolmogorov's student academician, Uspensky. He introduced his other theory to the world in the 50s. That theory is still being developed today, since a great theory related to further development of the calculation technology is being opened nowadays. The numbering calculation was further studied by such scientists as Sergei Goncharov and Sergei Badayev. So, Asylbek Isakhov followed them. Despite the fact that this topic was studied already, Asylbek has discovery news. Most of mathematics study calculation. Meanwhile, I study comparative calculation. That is my scientific discovery. What is comparative calculation? That is a calculation which is done through a certain oracle. Meanwhile, an oracle means additional external information. So I request the required information from it, and it replies to me yes or no. Depending on its reply, I do my further calculation. I call it calculation via oracle. So, the news of my direction, which was investigated by me, now is calculation via oracle. Generally, this oracle calculation is the basics of the iCloud technology. The iCloud technology is that thing which is inside the iPhones and iPad, which are used by most of us now. So, the chosen topic by Asylbek for dissertation was very important to us today. As was said once, who has a strong teacher has a moderation. We can say that his teacher influenced him very well. His scientific supervisor, Sergeant Agibauli, saw his great talent even in the first course. He gave him many tasks and taught and educated him in science. He's not only involved in science, he does many other things as well. He teaches. Students like the lessons taught by Asylbek. We have a chess players organization in our faculty, and he is the manager of that organization. Also, he organizes many competitions for students. He also participates in competitions in our university. Our faculty wins the first and second places. So, Asylbek goes first to the desk in that competition. He is strong in that also. He is involved in other activities, not related with his job. By the way, he has graduated from physics and mathematics schools. He organizes educational Olympiads, that is within Kazakhstan. But he also trains pupils for educational Olympiads, which are done abroad. Therefore, he is well known, not only within our university, but also worldwide. He has participated with his reports in a few international conferences. He has been to Spain, Germany, Italy, and Finland. Well, as he reads reports in such conferences, he is well known among the colleagues of our profession. He has reached such a level. I hope that he will not stop, and I hope he will have more achievements in the future. I hope that he will be a famous person in our country. While studying for his PhD doctor's degree, he was sent to the strongest classical university, which is Heidelberg in Germany, for a university program. His scientific supervisor opened many new things to our hero. This is, of course, the results of many years' work of scientific supervisors in Kazakhstan. The visit to Germany was very useful from an experience point of view. I traveled there twice for 2 months. Currently, my scientific supervisor works there. His name is Klaus Amberspiers. We discussed different issues together. So, he showed his different ways of solutions to me, how it can be done or shared with his new ideas, giving me his opinion, which would be correct or not, since he has been working in this field for many years. He has already formed great intuition in his profession. He advised me on things which can be done quickly and which things require more time. He is working together with the Deputy Dean of the Mechanics Mathematics faculty on a strategic project now. It is called Computer Science, for the investigation equivalent relations in calculations. So, it is just called Computer Science. Since the contents of the computer are based on mathematics deeply, such scientists as Asylbek will contribute quite a lot to this project. Before constructing the computer or writing the program, the mathematics should be well known. This is considered as a science of a high level, which started to search the theories equivalent in 1936.
Well, in computer science, you often need to know whether two things are the same. So you're looking at two different ways of looking at the same thing, but you don't know that. And if you look long enough and you search and figure it out, you eventually see they're the same. So this is exactly this kind of structure where you have two things are equivalent, but it takes you some time to see that. And if they're not equivalent, you might not see that.
Ол өте үлкен жоба, сондықтан ол жобаны бір топ ғалымдар жүзеге асыру керек.
This is a very big project. Therefore, it should be arranged by a group of scientists. One of these scientists is me, so we have a concrete plan here. We have written the results which we should get according to that plan. Each result is under the responsibility of a project participants. Of course, since this is mathematics, we cannot fix certain results under each participant's responsibility. All of us try to reach those results. Generally, we send reports by the end of the year, which is a must, showing the results. Reporting is done not only by the end of the year, but also on a quarterly basis.
Жылдың аяғында емес, ол әрбір квартал сайында ондай заттар жасап жүреміз.
There were scholarships given by our government for projects in different countries. This is the project for 2015 to 2017. I hope the participants will find their own project and continue to work on them.
Жалпы мен айта аламын, профессор Бадаевтың арқасында біз ешқандай мемлекеттен қалып тұрған жоқ.
I can say, owing to Professor Badayev, we are not behind any country in this field. We are planning to work with Americans in the future. They are interested in working together with Russia and Kazakhstan, since they know that we have specialists working in this field, and they know they have a high level as well.
Және ол мамандар олардың деңгейі жоғары екенін де біледі.
As far as we know, no mathematician has the power to investigate such a topic like Asylbek for now. Thus, he is well recognized with his knowledge among his colleagues. Currently, he works as deputy dean after finishing his dissertation work. Who is Asylbek Isakhov apart from his scientific work? He has done much work in preparation of his students of this school for Republic and International Mathematics Olympiads. He has also contributed to the upbringing of these children, especially in the participation of our children in International Mathematics Olympiads, which touched me. There were 30 countries, and our school students also participated. They won 12th and 5th place among all those countries. Yes, that's true, no less. So, they have such a level. A young scientist has written 19 articles in 3 languages until now. 2 of them were published in top magazines as per rating. But Asylbek will not stop there. These topics are continued with each other. For example, there is our own direction in our science. You take one direction. When the results increase as per this direction, it expands accordingly. Questions will arise and problems will be increased. So, you work on that direction. But you can also take further other directions too. We have 2 directions in our project, for example. Both of them are not closely connected to each other, but they are in different fields. When science develops, its coverage expands, and the subject is also changed, often acquiring other names. Asylbek can easily switch to any topic accordingly, because he has deep knowledge, and the theme was chosen after serious deliberation and advice.